Welcome to the deep dive. For years, the way we've used the internet, it's really been about two things, right? The search box and the browser tab.
Yeah, pretty much the standard setup.
But our sources today, they're talking about something big. A company's calling this a once-a-decade opportunity to, well, completely rethink all of that, starting with the browser itself.
Exactly. We're looking at Atlas, this new AI-powered web browser.
Okay.
And our mission today, for you listening, is pretty clear. We want to really get under the hood, understand the thinking behind it, the architecture, and honestly, whether this could actually disrupt things.
Disrupt how?
Well, think about it. The old browser, it was basically a display tool, right? You type in a URL, it shows you the page. Atlas is built differently. From the ground up, it's designed to be an intelligent assistant. So the browser goes from just passively showing stuff to actively helping you do stuff.
Right, and the key idea, the sources say, is making chat-like a continuous...
That's the core concept, the great analog, they call it.
Okay, but let's push back a bit. Lots of companies are just, sticking a chatbot button somewhere on their old app.
True.
Atlas is claiming they made the AI the beating heart of the whole thing. Doesn't that sound, I don't know, potentially annoying? Like it's always trying to jump in.
Yeah, that's a totally fair question. We're all a bit overloaded with AI widgets these days.
Right.
But the sources really stress that the intention here was different. It wasn't an add-on. The whole workflow is designed around the AI.
Okay.
The idea is the AI is always by your side, but seamlessly. And what they found apparently is that this actually makes people more curious.
How so?
Because it's so easy to ask a question, you just ask more. You end up better informed, as they put it. It prompts you to explore.
Interesting. So it encourages interaction rather than forcing it. Okay, before we get to the really wild stuff, what about just using it day to day? Is it like learning a whole new system, big learning curve?
That's the thing. They seem to have thought about that. Thankfully, no. They kept the stuff you expect.
Like tabs, bookmarks.
Exactly. Tabs, bookmarks, autofill for your passwords, all that familiar stuff is still there. So getting started should feel, pretty smooth.
Okay, that's good.
But the real innovation, the new stuff, it's focused on three core features, three pillars, they call them. And these are designed to replace all that complexity, juggling different windows and searches with just simple conversation.
Okay, 3 pillars. Let's unpack those right now. What are they?
All right. First one is chat anywhere. Basically, getting help that understands the context of whatever page you're on.
Okay.
Second is browser memory. That's the personalization part. It learns from what you do to understand you better.
Makes sense.
And the third one, this is the really advanced bit, is agent mode. That's where the AI stops just giving advice and actually takes action for you, does things.
Oh, okay. Let's start with chat anywhere.
Yeah.
That feels like the most immediate change for, everyday browsing. So the browser understands the page content. What does chat with a page actually look like? How does it work?
So they showed this feature called side chat. It's like a dedicated sidebar, a companion that can pop up on literally any website.
Any site.
Any site. And the key thing is the AI isn't just talking to the general internet. It can actually see and understand the specific stuff on that exact page.
So it's not just displaying the page, it's reading it, understanding it.
Precisely. It shifts from display to semantic understanding.
Okay, give us an example. You mentioned technical examples.
Yeah, they had a couple of really good ones. First one was for developers. Someone was looking at code, like a specific change, a diff for a shader for a galaxy generator, complex stuff.
Okay, it's definitely niche.
Right. And the user used side chat to first summarize what the code change did. But then they asked a really critical question. Is this safe to cherry pick into the release candidate launching today? Like a high-stakes decision.
And the AI can answer that.
Apparently, yes. It analyzed that specific change, assessed the risk, and determined it was like a low-risk visual thing, safe to include.
Wow. Okay, that's way beyond just summarizing. That's actual technical assessment. Fast.
Exactly. Milliseconds, yeah. The second example was maybe more relatable day to day. Summarizing a long movie review, it was 4 stars, pretty detailed. The user just asked side chat to boil it down to 5 words or less, and boom, you get the essence instantly.
Get the meat of it.
Yes. And the developers, they really emphasize this is a paradigm shift. It's not just one question, one answer. It's designed for this back and forth, like a continuous workshopping experience with the content right there beside it.
That continuous chat sounds really useful for immediate help. But how does Atlas turn that fleeting knowledge into something more lasting. Let's talk about the second pillar, browser memory. How does it actually remember what I'm up to?
Right, browser memory. This is where the personalization kicks in based on, well, everything you've been doing in the browser. The most powerful example they showed was searching your web history, but using natural language, like totally conversational.
So instead of keywords.
Exactly. The user just asked, search web history for a doc about Atlas core design.
Yeah.
And the AI didn't just pull up web search results, it found the specific Google Doc they were thinking of, even though it was buried somewhere in their Google Drive, not just a URL they visited recently.
Hold on. So it's not just tracking URLs I visit. It understands the content inside things like Google Docs that I've interacted with.
That's what it seems like, yeah. It allows for that really powerful natural language retrieval because it has that deeper context.
That's kind of huge.
It is. And this personalization, it goes right to the Atlas home screen, too. They showed what they called personalization Vero.
Okay.
The homepage gives you these suggestions, and they're based on what Atlas thinks you might need or want to do next. Could be a relevant news story, or maybe even suggesting a task for the agent mode to handle.
Interesting. Proactive suggestions. Now, what about regular searching? If I just want to search the web in Atlas, how is that different? Is it just a chat window instead of the search bar?
It starts with chat, yeah. That's the default. But it's flexible. You can easily switch the results view to traditional tabs, images, videos, news, whatever.
Okay, so you still have those options.
Right. But here's the clever bit. When you click a link from an Atlas search result, the default behavior is to open it in a split view.
Split view, meaning?
Meaning the web page opens up, but the chat companion stays open right alongside it.
Ah, okay, I see. So you don't lose your search context. You click a link, but your conversation with the search results can just continue.
Exactly. It stops search being this dead end where you click away and forget your original query. It becomes an active, ongoing dialogue with the information you're finding.
That makes a lot of sense, keeping that flow going.
That's the goal, yeah. Continuous flow.
Okay, let's talk about smoothing out those annoying little digital tasks. We've all done that thing, right? Writing an email draft, copying it.
Oh, yeah. Copy, open chat GP2 or whatever.
Paste it in, tweak the prompt, get the result, copy that.
Paste it back into the email. Yeah, it's a whole process.
That's a clunky workflow.
Right.
Atlas says it gets rid of that whole cycle. How?
They have this feature called cursor chat, and it basically just flattens that whole process. It lets you edit text inline using the AI on any text box or form field on the web.
Any text box. So like
Yeah.
if I'm writing a comment on a forum or in my Gmail draft.
Yep, exactly what they showed. Someone was writing an email in Gmail. They just selected some text they'd written and used the chat feature right there, didn't leave Gmail, and ask it to, I think the example was tidy my language.
And it just edited the text in place?
Right there. Replace the selected text immediately.
Really?
No copying, no pasting, no switching tabs. It's a huge time saver if it works reliably.
Wow. Okay, that's a really practical improvement. Moving from just help to actual in-place editing. All right, but now we need to tackle the big one, the third pillar, agent mode.
Right. The delegation tool.
This is where the AI actually does things for you, takes actions. Now, if we're talking about delegating complex stuff, like managing projects or ordering groceries,
Yeah.
the potential for mistakes seems high.
Absolutely. Reliability is the name of the game here.
How does it actually work?
Yeah.
And how much control do I have if it starts, ordering the wrong kind of avocados?
Right. So agent mode works by you telling the AI to take actions. It literally uses its own little cursor on the screen.
Its own cursor.
Yeah. It clicks around, fills things in, and crucially, it has access to your local stuff like authentication cookies and browsing history, so it can log into sites for you.
Okay.
And you can either watch it work step by step or just let it run in the background.
What kind of tasks can it handle? Do they show it doing like real work stuff?
They showed two really impressive examples. The first was a professional one, delegating project management tasks right inside a shared Google Doc.
Okay, what did it do?
The agent was asked to do two things. First, go through the doc and leave polite comment reminders for people who hadn't finished their assigned tasks. And second, take the tasks listed in the doc and convert them into formal issues in a totally separate project management tool they use Linear and tag the right people.
Whoa. Okay, so it's navigating between different apps, understanding context, logging in, taking specific actions. That's complex.
Seriously complex. It's not just scraping text, it's performing real operations.
Okay, what was the second example? More personal.
Yeah, a personal one. Planning a potluck dinner. The user asked the agent, what ingredients do I need to buy to cook this recipe? pointing it at a recipe page for 8 people.
So scaling a recipe.
Right. The agent read the recipe, figured out the adjusted quantities for 8 servings, and then the user just said, okay, order the meat and produce.
And it placed an online grocery order.
It did. It scaled the recipe correctly. And because of that browser memory feature we talked about.
Ah, the personalization.
Exactly. It already knew the user's preferred grocery store, their delivery service Safeway on Instacart in the demo, and even how they like their online cart organized, like by grocery aisle.
That's incredible. I knew all that.
Yep. And it placed the order, adding the right items to the cart, basically delegated the whole shopping logistics part.
Okay, that level of automation is powerful.
Yeah.
But also slightly terrifying. Safety and control have got to be paramount. What stops it from going rogue or accessing stuff it shouldn't?
Totally. They addressed safety directly. Big point. The agent only operates on your active browser tabs. It's sandboxed.
Meaning
It cannot execute code on your actual computer.
Yeah.
It can't access your local files outside the browser environment. It's confined.
okay, that's crucial.
And you are always in control. You can pause it, you can reject any action it's about to take, and you have to explicitly approve the handoff to agent mode in the first place. It doesn't just start doing things.
So what about privacy? With all this browser memory tracking what I do.
Good question. They say the control is granular. Browser memories are totally optional. You can turn them off, manage them, delete them in settings whenever you want.
Okay.
Plus, if you're doing sensitive searches, the funny example they gave was searching what to do when your palms are sweaty on a live stream.
Yeah, relatable.
Right. For stuff like that, you just open an incognito window. Atlas won't log or remember anything from that session. And you also decide, task by task, if the agent should be logged into a site or logged out.
So lots of user control points.
Seems like it, yeah. So if you zoom out, the big picture here is shifting how we interact online. You know how people talk about vibe coding?
Right.
Using AI to help write code?
Yeah.
Well, this is moving towards vibe lifing.
Yeah.
Delegating all sorts of tedious tasks, personal and professional, so you can focus on, well, other things, higher level stuff.
Vibe lifing. I like that. It really does change the browser from a window to like an assistant or a delegate. Okay, this deep dive really shows what's possible when our tools become active participants. For anyone listening who's intrigued, when can they try this?
Good news there. Atlas is launching immediately. Available right now, worldwide, for macOS.
macOS first. Okay. Any limitations?
Yeah, that really advanced agent mode, the one that takes actions, that's currently only for their paid users, the Plus and Pro tiers.
Got it. Makes sense. What about other platforms? Windows, mobile?
They said the plan is to bring it to Windows and mobile devices quickly. That's definitely on the roadmap.
And the long-term vision, where does this go?
The vision seems to be having custom instructions that follow you everywhere, the AI proactively gathering knowledge for you, and this continuous personalization getting smarter and smarter, maybe even anticipating what you need before you ask.
Wow. Okay, so we've seen what an agent browser like Atlas can potentially do. It really makes you think. So here's a question for you listening. What's that one tedious digital task, the one you always put off, that you would immediately hand over to this kind of technology?
Yeah, we'd genuinely love to hear your ideas. What would you delegate? Let us know your thoughts and suggestions down in the comments section.
Absolutely. And if you found this look into the next generation of browsing interesting or insightful, we'd really appreciate it if you could take a second to like this video.
And subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell too so you don't miss our future deep dives.
Yeah. And please share this video with anyone else you think might be interested in where the web is heading. Help spread the conversation. Thanks so much for diving deep with us today.